the Gaur Katha. And after that, how is Chaitanya Katha available? What are the different literatures and how Chaitanya Charitamrita is made available to us? And after that, the Palastuti of Chaitanya Charitamrita as spoken by Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. How Chaitanya Charitamrita, hearing Chaitanya Charitamrita about Lord Chaitanya, the associates of Lord Chaitanya, their names, their devotion, their interactions, hearing about that, this will make the Prema Bhakti come and sit in the heart. So that's the Palastuti of Chaitanya Charitamrita. And after that, we heard about, we entered into the Chaitanya Pravaham, Chaitanya Katha. So Adi Lila, Madhya Lila, and Antya Lila. Adi Lila, in the first half, we heard about the Tattva. Yeah. Vande Gurum Ishan Bhaktam Ishan Ishavataram Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam. So the 6 aspects of the Bhagavan, how Bhagavan relishes within himself in 6 aspects. Then after that we heard about the appearance of the Lord and the Sannyasa Lila of the Lord. That's Adi Lila. And from the Sannyasa Lila, after taking sannyas, coming to Advaitacharya's house and coming to Jagannath Puri and bestowing his mercy upon Chaitanya, upon Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, and the Lord doing the Dakshina Desha Yatra, coming back to Jagannath Puri. And after coming back to Jagannath Puri, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya introduces all the devotees in Jagannath Puri. And meanwhile, the devotees from Navadvip, Kulia, all those about 200 devotees, they also come to Jagannath Puri. And there was a Beda Kirtan. After that comes the Gundija Marchana. And we know what's next after Gundija Marchana. That's Ratha Yatra. So we heard about the Ratha Yatra in the last session, about the Ratha Yatra. The beautiful Ratha Yatra. Yeah, from Sundarachala, from Neelachala to Sundarachala, and then Sundarachala back to Neelachala. We heard that. And of course, the Lord taking prasad at Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya's place. So what happened after the Ratha Yatra? All those devotees, how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, how he glorified each one of them and then gave them send-off. That also has happened. And now, what's happening at Jagannath Puri? So today we will hear about Lord travels, Lord's attempts to go to Vrindavana. And the Lord traveling, the Lord travels to Vrindavana, and then the Lord's visitation in Vrindavana. These 3 things. That's what we're going to hear today, dear devotees. And before going into the Katha, we will, we will seek the blessings of the 3 deities of Gaudiya Sampradaya. So Shri Shri Radha Madana Mohana Jayatam Suratau Pangor Mama Mandamater Gatim Massarvasva Padam Bhujau Radha Madana Mohana. Shri Shri Radha Madana Mohan ki Jaya. Sambandhacharya Srila Sanatana Goswami ki Jaya. Divyad Vrindaranya Kalpadrumadaham Srimad Ratnagara Simhasanastam Srimad Radha Srila Govinda Devo Preshtalibhi Sevyamano Smaram. Shri Shri Radha Govinda Deva ki Jaya. Abhideya Acharya Srila Rupa Goswami ki Jaya. Shriman Rasarasarambhi Vamshi Vatatatastitaham Karshan Venu Swanair Gopir Gopinatha Shriyestunaham. Shri Shri Radha Gopinath ki Jaya. Prayojanacharya Srila Raghunath Das Goswami ki Jaya. So praying to the Lord Gaurachandra. as we continue our services outside, praying to have internal bhajan inside. Yeah. So now entering into the Madhya Lila. The Lord's attempt to go to Vrindavana. Okay. So, dear devotees, so all the devotees that came from Navadvip, they went back. Yeah. And now the Lord is thinking, Gauranga Mahaprabhu is thinking, I want to go to Vrindavana. Then this news goes to King Prataparudra. Then he calls, Prataparudra calls Rai Ramananda and Sarvam Bhattacharya and says, I heard that the Lord wants to go to Vrindavana. I don't feel like being in this kingdom without the Lord's presence here. Can you please do something about this? Can you just tell him something and make him stay in Jagannath Puri only? That was the request from King Prataparudra. Then, of course, Sarvam Bhattacharya and Rai Ramananda. They are also not ready. They also don't want to leave the Lord. So when Gauranga Mahaprabhu said, I want to go to Vrindavan, yes, Mahaprabhu, yes, you will go to Vrindavan soon. Yeah. When Kartik comes, then you can go to Vrindavan like that. And Kartik came. And it said, oh, it's too cold now, Mahaprabhu, and Vrindavan will be even more cold. So maybe you should please wait until next Dola Yatra, like that. So somehow that year they will manage to just keep Gauranga Mahaprabhu in Jagannath Puri. And the next year, so 1 year passes by and the next year comes. And again, all the residents of Navadvipa, they come to Ratha Yatra, and the same thing, Beda Kirtan happens, and Gundija Marjana happens, and then Ratha Yatra also happens, and then they leave, they bring the silken robes, the Khan. Those devotees, they bring the silk robes. So, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they give them send off. Second year happened, and then again Mahaprabhu says, I feel like going to Vrindavan. Both of them, yes, sure, yes, you will go soon, Mahaprabhu. Yes, please, yeah. Maybe the next festival, and after that. So like that, second year passed by, third year also comes. Third year, this time, all the Navadvip Vasis, they actually came with their wives. Srivas Thakura, Advaita Acharya, all of them. They attended, they came for darshan of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with their wives, and all those great wives. They cooked very nicely to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and fed him. And third time now, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says this time to Nityanandaram, see, great, great soul, Avaduta. Yeah. Would you please consider my request? You please stay in Navadvipa. You don't come to Ratha Yatra every year, because how will the love of Godhead be distributed at Navadvipa when you come here, stay for such long time? So please consider my request. And then Nityanandaram, he says, you are like my soul. Soul is more important than body. So yes, I will follow your instruction. So like that, Nityanandaram says, and the rest of them also in the third year, all of them are given send off. And fourth year, fifth year, 5 years pass by. Fifth year, all the devotees came from Navadvipa. Yeah. And Rath Yatra happened. And soon after Rath Yatra, they left for Navadvipa. So they didn't spend the Chaturmasya like that here. So they left for Navadvip. Now, oh, actually, before they left for Navadvip, one final time. Yes, this is good. We have to hear this. Those residents, residents from, they are from, I think, Kulina Grama. Yeah. So they ask Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what is your instruction for us, please? Yeah. And then Mahaprabhu says, Prabhu kahe Vaishnava seva nama samkirtana duyi kara shigra pabe Shri Krishna charana. We heard this. We have to hear it all the time. So this is the instruction for the Grihasthasa, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He's repeating it. He said it first year, second year, third year, fourth year, fifth year. Same instruction. Those villages, they come, they ask, what is your instruction, please? And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says the same thing. And then they have asked, who is actually a Vaishnava? Okay, Vaishnava Seva. Yes, we want to do Vaishnava Seva, but who is a Vaishnava? What is his symptom? Krishna nama nirantara yanhara vadane seyi Vaishnava shreshta bhajatanhara charane yanhara darshana mukhe ase Krishna nama tanhare jani hatumi Vaishnava pradhana. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he explains when they ask who is Vaishnava, Vaishnavatara, Vaishnavatama. Yeah. Like neophyte, Madhyama, Kanishta, like that. Vaishnava, Vaishnavatara, Vaishnavatama. And here Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is explaining who is Vaishnavatama. Whoever, who Nirantara Krishna Nama, who takes Nirantara Krishna Nama, takes Krishna Nama at all times, who cannot be separated from Nama. That is Vaishnavatama. And that was in the fourth year. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explained when they asked who is Vaishnava. Now in the fifth year, when they asked the same question again, Mahaprabhu is saying, Yanara Darshana Mukhe, say Krishna Nama. Just by taking darshan of that Vaishnava, you will automatically say Krishna. So that person is the Vaishnava Pradhana, the topmost Vaishnava. So like this, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says the symptoms of a Vaishnava. Before that, he said, whoever says Krishna one time, even one time, is a Vaishnava. And after that, he's giving this definition: Vaishnava, Vaishnavatara, and Vaishnavatama. In this way, Lord has instructed again. So all of them left. And now, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he goes to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya and Raya Ramananda. And he says, he embraces them and says in sweet words, see Raya Ramananda, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, would you please be kind to me? I would like to have darshan of my mother and Mother Ganga and then go to Vrindavana. Very kindly, would you please allow me to go to Vrindavana? Do I have your permission now? Then both of them, they look at each other and they feel bad. We shouldn't have played so many tricks on Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We should, I think we should let him go. So they feel like that and they say, yes, Mahaprabhu, sure, please, you are the Swatantra. You are the Lord, independent Lord. Yes, you will go and you please go. But, this, what is this? Yeah, now the Chaturmasya is coming. After that, Vijayadashmi. Vijayadashmi comes. Then yes, please. On Vijayadashmi, it will be nice. Then you may please go, dear Lord, as you please, says them. They say that. And then they also say, Yeah. This is the attempt to go to Vrindavana. So then the Vijayadashmi comes, and what happens? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gets up early in the morning, Vijayadashmi day, goes to Jagannatha Swami, takes darshan, and then he starts his travel to Vrindavan. So along with him, all the internal associates of the Lord, and not only them, but all the Puri Vasis, they start to follow Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, no, please, all the Puri Vasis, you please stay here. And he goes with, he takes his internal associates and then starts his journey. Then the Lord goes to this place called Bhavanipura. There, at Bhavanipura, Rai Ramananda comes in the palanquin and then meets the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So along with Rai Ramananda and other internal associates, at Bhavanipura, they stay there. And then after they have prasad that comes from Jagannath Puri, they will stay there overnight. And the next day morning, they start walking to Bhuvaneshwar. They come to Bhuvaneshwar. And when the Lord is leaving Jagannath Puri, Bhuvaneshwar, our Gadadhar Pandit also wants to come with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But Gadadhar Pandit took this vow of Kshetra Sannyasa. It means I will never leave Jagannath Puri. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu reminds him, Gadadhar Pandit, your Kshetra Sannyasa vow, how can you leave Jagannath Puri? How can you leave the seva of Toda Gopinath? Right? Then Gadadhar Pandit very easily, very effortlessly says, that's okay. Kshetra Sannyasa, when he says, you cannot break your vow of Kshetra Sannyasa and not leave, then the sin will fall upon you. And you cannot leave the seva of Gopinath also. Then Gadadhar Pandit says, just having the darshan of your lotus feet is equal to thousands of times the seva for Gopinatha. And you're talking about the sins. If I break the Kshetra Sannyasa, and then no problem. I will take all those sins upon me. You don't have to worry. Okay. So you don't have to worry. I'll take all those sins on me, and all I need the darshan of your lotus feet. That will be equal to 1,000 times of seva to Gopinath. Especially with Gadadhar Pandita, she's the internal potency of the Lord. That is Srimati Radharani minus sulkiness, Gadadhara Pandita. So she is the internal potency that's there in Gadadhar Pandita. So the relationship with Gadadhar Pandita and Sriman Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is very is intimate, very loving. So that's why the attachment of Gadadhar Pandit to the Mahaprabhu is very great, even from the childhood too. So that's why Gadadhar Pandit is saying that our Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says, Gadadhar Pandita, he left the seva of Gopinath as he puts the, he treated that as a blade of grass, a straw. And then, so he considered the seva of Gopinath as a straw when compared to the darshan of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he could easily put the seva of the Gopinath aside. So that much attached was Gadadhar Pandit. So he says that, okay, I'll take the sins. You don't have to worry. And by the way, anyway, I want to see Mother Sachi also. So I will come to Vrindavan. I will come to Navadvip. He says that. And then he continues. He continues travel separately. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu he goes to Bhuvaneshwar and then he goes to Cuttack. Meanwhile, Gadadhar Pandit, he travels separately. So he doesn't want to leave Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But after coming to Cuttack or Kattaka, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, after he comes there, then there's a Brahmana there that hosts the Lord and all his associates, and then he rests there overnight he rests there overnight. And actually, after taking the prasad in the evening, he was resting in the garden in Cuttack. Rai Ramananda also is with the Lord, Gauranga Mahaprabhu. And Rai Ramananda, he was a government servant, right? And he's close to King Prataparudra, and he was there. So Rai Ramananda, immediately he went to King Prataparudra in Cuttack, and then informed to come immediately that Gauranga Mahaprabhu is now resting in the garden. So King Prataparudra comes there. And he falls full Dandavat pranams and then touches the lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu looks at King Prataparudra. Now this is different Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, different King Prataparudra. He has become a Vaishnava now, right? He's not a materialistic king anymore. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he picks up King Prataparudra, lifts him up and embraces him. Gauranga Mahaprabhu embraces King Prataparudra. King Prataparudra goes crazy. He becomes so ecstatic. He offers so many prayers, and the tears of King Prataparudra bathed Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, and then Rai Ramananda had to pacify King Prataparudra. He slowly pacifies Prataparudra, and then after that, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, King Prataparudra, he pays his obeisances after being pacified by Rai Ramananda. He pays his respects to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu because he should allow Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to go on with his travels. So he pays his respects, and then he comes out of the garden and he calls Rai Ramananda also. And by actually here, dear devotees, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu embraces King Prataparudra, and then Rai Ramananda had to pacify King Prataparudra and make him, sit on the ground and pacify him. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he looks at King Prataparudra. It says that Gauranga Mahaprabhu bestowed his mercy on the body, words, and mind of King Prataparudra. And with this kind of special mercy that King Prataparudra received from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because King Chaitanya Mahaprabhu literally soaked King Prataparudra in his mercy. So that's why he is called Prataparudra Santrata, the deliverer of King Prataparudra. Remember, Gauranga Mahaprabhu is also called as Vasudeva Amritapada. He's giver of the nectar of Vasudeva in Dakshina Desha Yatra. Now here with King Prataparudra, Gauranga Mahaprabhu is called Prataparudra Santrata, deliverer of King Prataparudra. So in this way, Prataparudra was soaked in the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Rai Ramananda, King Prataprudra, he pays his respects and comes out and brings Rai Ramananda also. And then he gives the orders to his people. He says, now the Lord is going to start his travels. So wherever the Lord goes, and in that village, a new house should be built. And along with that, a new house should be built for the stay of the Lord. And along with that, there should be like 4 or 5 houses built to stock the um, food that is needed for the Lord and his associates. And when he's ready to travel, cross over the river, there should be a new boat built. And on this side of the river, when he's about to cross, and that side of the river, after the Lord crosses, on both the places, there should be a monument that is to be built. And like a ghat, a monument that is to be built. There, I want to take bath. Not just bath. I want to leave my life, leave my prana there, says King Prataparudra. So in this way, he gives instructions to his orders to his men to make all these arrangements ready. And then he asks Rai Ramananda to please go ahead and be with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu again, and then continue the travels. And in the same night, King Prataparudra, he orders that the tents be built up on the elephants. So all the women in the palace, they can get onto the tents and have darshan of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as he's leaving Cuttack. So in this way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he leaves Cuttack the next day. And then from there, he comes to this place called, that is Chaturdwara. Okay. He comes to this place, Chaturdwara, and then Yajapura, these places. So, and by the time he comes to Yajapura, he asked all these government officials to go back. And at last, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes to this place, Remuna. Remuna. There, the Rai Ramananda. He asks Rai Ramananda also to please head back to Jagannath Puri so he can continue the travel to Navadvip and then Vrindavan. Just by hearing that he has to leave Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Rai Ramananda, he falls on the ground unconscious. And Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says how much Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was feeling for Rai Ramananda. He takes Rai Ramananda on his lap, and then he cries. And Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says, I can't explain how much the Lord was feeling the separation of Rai Ramananda. I cannot explain because it hurts me to explain the separation that the Lord was going through. So I cannot explain this. So please excuse me, he says Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. And so this is with Rai Ramananda. But when at Cuttack, what happens was, before he leaves Cuttack, he actually, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu calls Gadadhar Pandita. He also was traveling, right? So he calls Gadadhar Pandita. And he says, Gadadhar Pandita, see, you already broke your vow of Kshetra Sannyasa. And you left the seva of Gopinatha. Yeah. So you already did that. Now that you have done what you wanted to do, you please go back. And if you continue to come with me, then I will consider that as sense gratification. If you do not go back to Jagannath Puri now, and then continue with the seva, I will feel very unhappy. And if you say anything more uh, on this, uh, you know, mm, um, yeah, it's, I promise. Yeah. So, when we hear people saying, if you say anything more about this, then um, that is, mm, it just, anyway, if you say anything more about this, then I would not be happy, says Gauranga Mahaprabhu. So at Katak, just hearing those words, Gadadhar Pandita, what happens? Collapses, unconscious. And then after that, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu leaves the Katak. So here, dear devotees, at Katak, when Gadadhar Pandita falls down like that, Sarvam Bhattacharya was there. And then after Gadadhar Pandit comes back to consciousness, he says, yeah, I know. These are the ways of the Lord. See, in order to keep your promise, the Lord, um, seemingly he's hurtful to you, but it is in your best interest to keep your promise. This is what he did on Kurukshetra. In Kurukshetra, in order to keep the promise of Bhishma Deva, his vow, Bhishma Deva's vow, he picked up the wheel himself. He broke his promise that he would not pick up any weapons, any weapons. So this is in order to keep the vow of Bhishma Deva. So the Lord wants to keep the vow of his devotees. Lord wants the devotees to continue their seva. For that sake, he has to be hard. Like that, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya tries to pacify Gadadhar Pandita, and both of them, they feel very sad and they return back to Jagannath Puri. That was at Katak. So Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya had to stop. He had to go back there. And then Gadadhar Pandita also went there. Here, dear devotees, one thing for us is, the same thing for Srila Prabhupada. He could have stayed in Vrindavan. But it is the seva that is given to us that takes the precedence. It's the seva. That's what the Lord wants, that the seva has to go on. So for us also, it will be very wonderful to be in the Dham with the Lord, or physical association with the Gurujana. But what brings them pleasure is the seva has to go on, right? The same thing for Nityananda Ram too. That's the instruction that was given. So that's the thing for us. So that's at Katak. And now, at Remuna, this happened with Rai Ramananda. He also falls unconscious. Throughout the Chaitanya Charitamrita, even in Dakshina Desha Yatra also, Venkat Bhatta. And even before starting the Dakshina Desha Yatra, Nityananda Ram. Even before that, at Advaitacharya place, Advaitacharya and Sachimata, everybody they fall unconscious when the Lord leaves. So, like that, Rai Ramananda, he falls unconscious, and now, after pacifying Raya Ramananda, now it's time to cross the Orissa border and get on to the other side, to the West Bengal. So here, what happens is, there is a river that Gauranga Mahaprabhu has to cross to go on to the other side. So, dear devotees, Now Gauranga Mahaprabhu is still in Orissa, this side. This side of the border. Now he has to cross to the other side. So the government, the government employs the Pathans of Mahapatra of King Prataparudra. And they are the government employees. So they found out that the ruler, in order to go to the West Bengal, the ruler on the other side of the river is a Muslim ruler. He's a Muslim ruler and Muslim governor. Okay. And they also found out that he is a drunkard. He's Muslim drunkard, Muslim governor hai, and he's a drunkard. So everybody is afraid of him even to walk on the streets. That's the character of that Muslim governor. That's the situation. So King Prataparudra, he sends a message through his people to the Mahapatra that's there with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to please stay in Orissa for a few more days. Meanwhile, the plan is to establish some communication with the Muslim governor and see that it is safe and peaceful to cross over, safe and peaceful for Gauranga Mahaprabhu to cross over the river. So that's the plan, to get in touch with the Muslim governor, to make friends with him and see that it is safe. So meanwhile, what happens is, there is a messenger. He comes, he disguises himself and he comes as a spy to where Mahaprabhu is at Remuna. So when this a Muslim spy comes and then he looks at all these, even in Remuna too, everybody is coming and having darshan of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as usual wherever he goes. So this spy comes and he looks at all these people, the villagers coming and taking darshan of Mahaprabhu. He actually had darshan of Mahaprabhu, and the personal beauty and glow of Mahaprabhu and the mercy that he's distributing there, just by seeing all that, this Muslim spy, he goes back to the governor, the Muslim governor, and he explains everything clearly, how all everybody that comes to take darshan of Mahaprabhu, how they are all just becoming ecstatic just with a glance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and how his singing and dancing is so ecstatic that anybody and everybody, they also just roll on the ground. And he continues to say to Muslim governor, he actually fits in with the description of the Supreme Lord, and the effect he has on everyone that he meets is extraordinary. So it is very wonderful. I think you should also go and have his darshan, says the Muslim spy. And then this Muslim governor, he hears this from the Muslim spy. This spy went in order to get some secrets out from that camp. So this Muslim governor can attack any party that would cross over the river like that. That was the intention. That's why he went there, the Muslim spy. But he came back with all this information. And now he says, you should go and have that darshan. He is Supreme Personality of Godhead himself. This is a Muslim who went as a spy. So Muslim governor says, he sends a secretary, and he tells, he asked the secretary to please get permission from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu if he can have darshan. So Muslim secretary, he comes. He comes, and of course the secretary, the Muslim secretary, he dresses up in the as a Hindu, and then comes and he has the darshan of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and of course he says Krishna. When he comes inside, Gauranga Mahaprabhu just glances at him and he says, say Hari Krishna. And then this Muslim secretary, he goes crazy. He becomes so ecstatic. He jumps up and down saying, Hari, Hari, Krishna, Krishna. And the secretary goes to this Muslim governor now. He goes and says, you should come. Of course, he takes the permission. The secretary takes the permission. And Mahapatra, the king's government employee, was also standing there. And when the Muslim secretary is asking for asking permission for the Muslim governor to come, Mahapatra was looking at all of these things. He couldn't believe what was happening. This spy came, and now the secretary comes, and he says, can he get permission for the Muslim governor to come? And of course, he gets the permission, and now the Muslim governor comes. Okay. And when he comes again, he dresses up as a Pakka Hindu. And then he respects the etiquette. And then he comes and he pays dandavats to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Clasps his feet, lotus feet. There's Mahapatra looking at all these things, one after the other. The spy comes, the secretary comes, finally this Muslim governor, who is such a drunkard, and everybody is scared because he was he was a drunkard, and he's so fearful. And so this kind of Muslim governor who everybody would shun away, and he has all this, not only a drunkard and all those he committing all sinful activities. That particular person comes and pays dandavat pranams and holds the lotus feet of Mahaprabhu. So when Mahapatra, he is looking at all these things, he's thinking, here we are we were planning to get in touch with that drunkard Muslim governor, and we were wondering how to make friends with him, and how to see that Mahaprabhu crosses over the river safely. We were contemplating to see how that can happen. And here something else is happening. Without Mahaprabhu saying a thing, something very wonderful is happening. These Muslims, one after the other, the spy, the secretary, and even the Muslim governor is also coming and falling at the feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, Mahapatra, he couldn't stand anymore. He clasps the lotus feet of Mahaprabhu again and saying, this is amazing. Just your presence here has changed the whole thing in the other kingdom. Even this most sinful Muslim governor. Not only your presence, even the thought of yours can change the heart of this Muslim governor who is so sinful. Oh Lord, you are so merciful. You are so munificent. And then he continues to pray Mahapatra. Then this Muslim governor, he says, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you have bestowed your mercy upon me. I feel so sad that I'm in this body, as a Muslim. I have troubled many brahmanas and cow cow killing has happened. I am very much ashamed of this body. I want to just give up this body. And I am so sorry that, and I feel so sad that I'm unable to offer you any seva because of this sinful body. So I want to give up this body, says this Muslim governor. This is the Mahatmya of Gauranga Mahaprabhu. He didn't utter a word. And how the sequence of events, one after the other, happened. Even the sinful Muslim governor had such change in the heart that he wanted to give up this body because it was sinful. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he blesses him. He blesses him and says, you have uttered the name of Krishna. So all your sins are gone. And then, yes, you please continue to chant the holy name, the instruction as Mahaprabhu gives, he gives that. And then this Muslim governor says, you have delivered me very kindly, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, oh Lord, please instruct me, please give me some service so I can do that for you. Then Mahapatra says, he was standing there, right? Then he says, okay, now Lord has to cross over this river and go to the other side. So if you can please make arrangements to see that it is safe, the river crossing is safe, then that will be a great service for the Lord, says Mahapatra. And then this Muslim governor, he becomes very happy and he gets 10 other boats. And he places, now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is in the new boat that was built. And this river, especially in that place, it was said to be a dangerous place because of the pirates. So this Muslim governor, as his service, he brings Chaitanya Mahaprabhu from that side of the river to this side of the river with full security and giving protection from pirates. Of course, the Lord doesn't need any protection. So in this way, Muslim governor, he offers his service to Gauranga Mahaprabhu, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes to the other side of the river and goes to Panihati. So at Panihati, then Muslim governor, he also takes leave and offers his pranam and he goes. Now the Lord is in Panihati. In Panihati, there is Raghav Pandita. He meets Raghav Pandita at Panihati. And also he goes to, after Panihati, he goes to Srivas Thakur's place too. Kumarhatta. He goes to Kumarhatta and then he visits Srivas Thakur there, and then Vasudeva Datta, Shivananda Sen. He meets all of them. So after that, he comes to Shantipura, to Advaitacharya. There, Mother Sachi is also brought there. And so Gauranga Mahaprabhu, he takes the blessings of Mother Sachi, and the plan was to offer respects to Ganga, have darshan of Mother Ganga and Mother Sachi, and take Mother Sachi to Vrindavan. That's the plan, and that's why the Lord is going to Vrindavana through Navadvip, so he can take Sachi Mata also and have darshan of Mother Ganga. So that's the plan. So he came to Shantipura, met Advaitacharya, and he met Mother Sachi also. And from Shantipura, he goes to Ramkeli. At Ramkeli, Rupa and Sanatana. Yeah, Rupa and Sanatana. Daba, Sakar Malik, Dabar. Yeah, their names, Rupa Sanatana. So they came and had darshan of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That's when Sanatana Goswami, Daba Malik, Sakar Malik, yeah.
Dabir Khas.
Dabir Khas and Sakar Malik. Dabir Khas and
Sakara Malik.
Sakar Malik. Sanatan Goswami, Sakar Malik. Yes, thank you, Mataji. So Dabir Khas, Sakar Malik. So Sakar Malik, who is Sanatana, he very humbly advises Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, oh Lord, you want to go to Vrindavana, but you see there are so many followers that are coming with you, and this doesn't seem to be safe for you. This attracts so much attention, having so many followers with you, and crossing over all these places and going through these Muslim um, provinces. It would attract attention to you and may not be safe for you. Also, to go to a Tirtha Yatra, it may not be a good idea to go with so many followers. So please consider, dear Lord, if you want to just go by yourself instead of taking all these followers. So, Sakar Malik, he places this request at Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So in this way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he gives darshan to Sanatan Goswami, Rupa Goswami there. Of course, he initiates there. The Dabir Khasa Sakar Malik to Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami. And then from Ramkeli, he goes to Kanai Natashala. There, the Lord thinks about what was suggested by Sanatana Goswami. He thinks, what am I doing? He's right. I shouldn't be going to a dham with so many people with me. I guess I should just go back. I should just go back to Puri and I should just go myself. Thinks Gauranga Mahaprabhu. So, at Kanai Natashala, he returns back from Kanai Natashala, comes back to Shantipura again, and tells all the devotees there to please not come to Rath Yatra, not come to Puri that year, because he already has came and met all of them. And then when he comes back to Panihati, now we know to Panihati. Who comes to Panihati? Raghunath Das Goswami. So Raghunath Das Goswami, he actually had darshan of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when the Lord took sannyasa and was on his way to Puri, when he came to Advaitacharya's place. Yeah, when the Lord first came to Advaitacharya's place. How did that happen? How did they know each other? Like this. Majumdar, Govardhan Majumdar. There were two brothers. So, very wealthy landlords. And his son is Raghunath Das Goswami. And that Govardhan Majumdar was very generous, and he was giving a lot of donations to all the Vaishnavas around. And he was doing that to Advaitacharya also. So Advaitacharya was very pleased. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes to Advaitacharya's place, Raghunath Das Goswami, yeah, he actually manages to escape from his house and comes to Advaitacharya's place. And Advaitacharya, because he is the son of Govardhan Majumdar, who was doing so much favor for him, he engages Raghunath Das Goswami in the service of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for about 7 days. And Raghunath Das Goswami, he falls in love with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He doesn't want to go, but he had to go. So then he goes back. He's still young at that time then. So he had this association for about 7 days with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu before he went to Puri. That was before going to Puri. Now, since the Lord has come from Puri and he's in Panihati, the news went to Raghunath Das Goswami. He comes back again. He asks his parents to please permit him to go to have darshan of the Lord in Panihati. He also says, if you don't let me go, you will not see me with life. So that's why They give many bodyguards and then sent Raghunath Das Goswami to have darshan of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu there. And he was with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but he was thinking, how can I escape my family now? And how I can go with Mahaprabhu to Puri. So he was thinking like that while he was there. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he's omniscient Lord. So he understands, he knows what Raghunath Das Goswami is thinking. Then he instructs Raghunath Das Goswami, don't do anything like that. No running away now. You continue as a householder. No Markata Vairagya, no false renunciation. So he says, while you continue your attachment for me inside, you should, while you have attachment for me inside, you should continue as a normal householder outside for some more time. Okay? And you will know when it is time, Krishna will make arrangement, you will know, then you will be able to get out of the house. But for now, you should go back and just appear and do your duties as a regular householder. That was the instruction for Raghunath Das Goswami. So, dear devotees, this is one thing for us, especially when we are in the Grihastha Ashrama. Bhakti is really, it can be addicting. It is addicting. But when we are in the Grihastha Ashrama, Grihastha, not Vanaprastha yet. So in the Grihastha Ashrama, the instruction of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for the Grihasthas is Nirantara Krishna Nama Vaishnava Seva. So that is what we have to continue. We have to continue with the Vaishnava Seva, including the family members, the children also. So the responsibilities have to be continued. The children are to be taken care of. They also should be good Vaishnavas. That will be the service while in the Grihastha Ashrama. And when we get closer to the Vanaprastha age, then the instructions will be different. So this is something for us to bring to our attention for all the Grihasthas who has children and other responsibilities. As we continue the attachment to the Lord inside, we will also go on with our responsibilities outside. No premature renunciation, no artificial renunciation. If we do not do what we have in front of us now, thinking that we will leave this aside and do bhakti, we will not be able to do bhakti if we prematurely leave our responsibilities. As we walk through our responsibilities, then the bhakti gets matured. Then when it is time for Vanaprastha, then there will be no more strings that will be pulling us. That's something for us as Grihasthas. Okay, so Raghunath Das Goswami, he goes back. And then he behaves as a very ordinary Grihastha, yeah? He follows the instructions exactly as given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, now the Lord is back to Jagannath Puri. Jagannath Puri, and he reunites with all the devotees at Puri, and everybody is happy to receive the Lord back. And the Lord says, see, I couldn't go to Vrindavan. It's because Gadadhar Pandit was not happy. That's why I did not go to Vrindavan. And he looks at Gadadhar Pandit, and he, of course, he feels so happy. And he also, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also says, see, what was my idea, to go with all these people to a Tirthasthali? Madhavendra Puri did not do that. He just went by himself. And Gopala, with an excuse of giving milk to Madhavendra Puri, he gave darshan to Madhavendra Puri. So I should go alone too, not with all these mobs of people with me. So you should give me good counsel. Yeah, Rai Ramananda, Sarvam Bhattacharya, what do you think I should do? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that. And of course, now he will have prasadam at Gadadhar Pandit's place, and Gadadhar Pandit cooks and feeds Chaitanya Mahaprabhu very lovingly. And in this way, Gadadhar Pandit is also happy, and Rai Ramananda and Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya, they also thought, okay, we should let the Lord go to Vrindavana, but he says he wants to travel alone through Jharkhand. How can he be alone? There must be somebody with Lord to take care of cooking and to hold his water pot and his garments. So these two devotees, Sarvam Bhattacharya and Rai Ramananda says, yes, dear Lord, yes, you are Swatantra. You please go to Vrindavan, but this is our request. Would you please consider taking somebody with you, a Brahmana with you, so they can cook for you? Then the Lord says, yeah, I could take somebody, but not any of my associates. If I take one, the other one wouldn't feel good. So somebody knew a good Brahmana who is peaceful. The Lord states this. A Brahmana that is peaceful. Yes, you can give a Brahmana servant that is peaceful. Then they say, yeah, there is Balabhadra Bhattacharya. He actually came with you from Navadvip, and since then he has been wanting to visit the holy places. So, and he's he's a scholar too. He's a scholar and a very good Brahmana, and he's peaceful, and he will be he's very much fit for to travel with you, dear Lord. So please let him come with you. And also an assistant Brahmana. The Balabhadra Brahmana will be the main person to cook for you and serve you. And just an assistant Brahmana to hold your water pot and garments. Just that's all. Only these two people. When you travel through the forest, you should have at least these two people, dear Lord. Then the Lord says, okay. Then now the Lord travels to Vrindavana. This time, Gauranga Mahaprabhu, he takes darshan of the Lord in the night. And he starts his, he leaves Jagannath Puri. Even before the Brahma Muhurta, late night, like that. So, he goes through the Jharkhand forest. And he has Balabhadra Bhattacharya with him. So the Lord travels. He goes to the Jharkhand forest. While he's traveling, Katak is to his right. So in this way, the travel through Jharkhand forest started. Dear devotees, as the Lord went through Jharkhand, for him, any forest is Vrindavan for the Lord. And any hill or mountain is Govardhan. Any river is Yamuna. So quickly, the Lord has come to the state of absorption in Vrindavana. And so when the Lord was traveling, first these deers, the deers came. They followed the Lord. And then as the Lord was dancing and chanting, he um, he stepped on the foot on the leg of the tiger. Yeah, and he looked back, and the tiger looked at him. And the Lord says to the tiger, chant Krishna, Krishna. And the tiger gets up, jumps up and down and says, Krishna, Krishna. And meanwhile, the deers also, they were following Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And uh, after some time, um, when he looks back, he sees both the tigers and deers. They they were following him. First, when he saw the deers following him, then he was singing this shloka from Srimad Bhagavatam, where it says, "Blessed are these does that came to the Nanda Maharaj Krishna." So reciting those shlokas and thinking of the Lord, he was patting on the deers, and they couldn't leave Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, so they were following. Now the tigers are also following. So when the Lord looked back, he looked at the deers and tigers, both, all of them coming together, coming together behind him. And the Lord was thinking, wow, look at this side. This is Vrindavana. Vrindavana is a place where there is no envy. These bees, envious bees, they forgot who they are. Vrindavan is a place where all the human beings and even the ferocious animals, they live together because there is no fear, there is no anger, and there is no hunger. Thinking like that, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he recites the verses in Srimad Bhagavatam. And he chants, Krishna, Krishna, Hari, Hari. And these deers and tigers, not only they were walking together, they started dancing. They started dancing and hugging each other, and very soon the deer was kissing the tiger. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was very pleased to see this. Balabhadra Bhattacharya, he didn't know what to say. He was scared, but just knowing that Mahaprabhu was there, he could just go on. He could continue. So in this way, all the deers, tigers, and of course the monkeys, and they were also following and they were dancing. And the next day, one day, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was, when he entered into the river to do Gayatri, then many elephants, very wild elephants, bunch of wild elephants, they came to that river. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu looked at them and he sprinkled. He took some water from the river and from the pond, and he sprinkled on the elephants and say, chant Krishna, Krishna. And all the elephants, they go, Krishna, Krishna. So in this way, all the animals there, the tigers, the deers, the monkeys, the elephants, everybody was chanting Krishna, Krishna, Hari, Hari, and they were also dancing. And in this way, the Lord was going. And the birds, why to leave them? The birds were chirping too. They were singing, and the bumblebees were following. The trees and the creepers, they were very jubilant too. And they were showing their jubilance with the blossoming flowers and the fruits. So in this way, the travel through Jharkhand forest was ecstatic, not only to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu because he was seeing Vrindavan everywhere, but to all the animals, starting from the wild animals, the tigers, and to deers, monkeys, birds, and bumblebees. Everybody, they were doing Sankirtan with the Lord. So, That is when he's going through the jungles. And when he's going through the villages in between, the Lord would contain his emotions because he didn't wanted any more mobs, group of people coming with him. So he used to voluntarily contain his emotions. But does it stop from the people getting enchanted? Just seeing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, just having the darshan of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they became ecstatic. Lord didn't have to say anything. Just having the darshan, they became ecstatic. And when the Lord said Krishna, they fell unconscious. So, in this way, the villages, not only the animals, the trees, the creepers in the forest, but the villages also, whoever had darshan of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and heard Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saying Krishna, they were also filled with ecstatic love of Godhead. When they went to they went back to their villages, the whole village was Krishna conscious. And when these villages went to a different village, the other villages also became Krishna conscious. Very much similar to Dakshin Deshi Yatra. In this way, all the villages were also becoming Krishna conscious, chanting Krishna, Krishna. So Balabhadra Bhattacharya, while the travel was happening, he used to go for begging in the villages and used to bring some rice and grains and vegetables, and he used to cook. Yeah. And whenever there were no villages in between, whatever stock he has made with the grains and the rice, he used to cook that and collect some spinach and some wild vegetables in the forest, and then cook and offer it to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So in this way, Balabhadra Bhattacharya was taking wonderful, great care of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu looked at Balabhadra and said, see, now we are getting close to Vrindavana. We are past the Jharkhand. But I did not feel any fatigue at all. Krishna is so kind. Krishna is so merciful. When I tried to go to Vrindavan initially, I wanted to take my mother, but there were so many followers, I couldn't proceed further. But now Krishna had made this wonderful arrangement. He's so merciful that he made this arrangement for me so I could go to Vrindavan. And you are so kind. And it's because of you that I'm not feeling any fatigue at all. Like that, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu thanks Balabhadra. And of course, Balabhadra says, who am I? Oh, dear Lord, you are kindly allowing me to serve you. Yeah, I am like a fallen a crow, a dirty crow. But because you allowed me to serve, you made me like a Garuda, just being your servant. So it is your mercy. Says Balabhadra Bhattacharya. In this way, the Jharkhand forest yatra has happened, the Sankirtan has happened, and now the Lord comes to Prayag, to Kasi, yeah, to Varanasi. And at Varanasi, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he goes to Manikarna Ghat. And he takes his bath there, and there he finds Tapan Mishra. Tapan Mishra was there. Tapan Mishra looked at the Lord and he says, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you are here. He falls at the lotus feet of Mahaprabhu. Remember, dear devotees, Tapan Mishra, when did he first meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? When the Lord went to Bangladesh. After he married Lakshmi Priya, when the father of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Jagannath Mishra, passed away, then he went to Bangladesh. At that time, Tapan Mishra came there. He came to Gauranga Mahaprabhu because a Brahmana came to his dream and then instructed that he should go to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for the questions he has. What is the purpose of life? Like that. So that's when Tapan Mishra had darshan of the Lord for the first time. And that's when the Lord instructed, when Tapan Mishra wanted to come to Navadvip along with the Lord, then the Lord said, no, you should go to Varanasi. That was the first meeting. And now the Lord is here in Varanasi and Tapan Mishra is here. So Tapan Mishra, he takes Gauranga Mahaprabhu, the Lord, to his place. And then Chandrasekhara also comes there. He is the only other devotee in Varanasi. He comes there, Chandrasekhara, and says, Dear Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we are so happy. We are so happy that you are here. Here we don't hear um, any word of Krishna. It is only Brahman here. It's only Tapan Mishra and I here. That we do a little bit of Krishna Katha. And now that you have come here, please deliver us first and then go to Vrindavana. Like that. They requested, they put their prayers like that. Actually, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu didn't had any plans to stay in Varanasi. But Tapan Mishra and Chandrasekhara's devotion, their request was so strong that Mahaprabhu decided to stay there for 10 days. This is one thing, dear devotees. Our earnestness, our devotion, like, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, King Prataparudra had that earnestness. How it made Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya think through, what can I do for King Prataparudra? Like that. So here, the earnestness of Tapan Mishra and Chandrasekhara made the plans of Bhagavan change. Made Bhagavan change his plans. That's one thing that we have in our hands, dear devotees. That's one thing that we have in devotion. When we come to know, oh, Krishna, I need help. I need help. I don't have this. Bhagavan, please do something. So when that earnestness comes from within, dear devotees, Bhagavan will make the arrangements for us. This is what Bhagavan looks for. This is what Bhagavan looks for in us. It is our earnestness. It's our desire that makes the Lord arrange for us. So that is something to remember. Okay. Then, So Mayavadis. The whole Kasi, Varanasi is all Mayavadis. So Tapan Mishra says, Dear Lord, as long as you are here in Varanasi, please do not go to anybody's place. You just stay here only. Then, of course, many Brahmins in Varanasi, when they saw this enchanting sannyasi Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they were inviting for prasadam, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would say no to any of those because he doesn't want to mix with the Mayavadis. So there was a Brahmana, Maharashtra Brahman, who came to know that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is at Tapan Mishra's place. And of course, hundreds and hundreds of people are coming because he was, Mahaprabhu was so, features were attractive and his devotion was like that. So this Maharashtra Brahman, he had darshan of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he takes blessings from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he goes to Prakashananda Saraswati. He's the leader of Mayavadis there in Kasi, Varanasi. So he goes there and Maharashtra Brahman says, there is a sannyasi that has come from Jagannath Puri. And his features are so wonderful. His love for the Lord is so ecstatic that anybody that even sees him will become a devotee of Krishna, he doesn't even have to say any word. And so in this way, he's making villages and villages. He's making all the villages turn to devotees like this. This Maharashtra Brahman was speaking the glories of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to Prakashananda Saraswati. And what does he say? Prakashananda Saraswati. He says, yeah, I heard there was a sannyasi in town that came from Puri. He is a sentimentalist. I also heard that he took sannyasi in this lower class Bharati class. And yeah, of course, the villagers, he's making everybody crazy and mad because he's hypnotizing everybody. So he's simply a hypnotizer. He's simply a sentimentalist. So don't fall in his trap. I know Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya. He used to teach Vedanta. He fell in the trap of this Jaduwala, this magician. But don't fall in the trap of these upstarts. Just continue to read Vedanta and tell him that his sentiments and his magic doesn't work here in Varanasi. This is Prakashananda Saraswati speaking. He spoke like that. This Maharashtra Brahman, he feels so bad to hear all these offensive words that Prakashananda Saraswati was saying about Gauranga Mahaprabhu. He feels very bad. He goes back to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and says, "Oh dear Lord, this Mayavadis, this Prakashananda Saraswati, can they see who you are? When I said your name is Krishna Chaitanya, he wouldn't say Krishna. He says, yes, I know that Chaitanya is a magician. Don't go to Chaitanya. Tell Chaitanya that his magic does not work. He says Chaitanya only, Brahman only. He doesn't say Krishna. Why is it like that?" And then Gauranga Mahaprabhu says, Deha dehira nama namiram, Krishne nahi bheda, Jivera dharma nama, Deha swarupe vibheda. These Mayavadis, they are offenders. They think Krishna is a product of Maya. When Maya touches Brahman, then Krishna comes. So in this way, Krishna is a product. The form of Krishna is Maya. That's what they think. So they are offenders to Krishna. They think Krishna's body is made of modes, Maya. But for Krishna, for Bhagavan, there is no difference between the body, mind, soul, everything, because everything is transcendental. But this Mayavadis do not know. Anyway, you continue with your devotion, says Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to Maharashtra Brahman. And then he says, I actually have brought a load of goods here. I wanted to sell them in Varanasi, but I see that nobody is interested. But if they can pay even a little bit, I am ready to sell these goods, says Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But he's on his way to Vrindavan. So he said, you please continue with your devotion and we'll visit on our way back. Then Tapan Mishra and Chandrasekharang, they also wanted to follow the Lord and come to Vrindavan, to Prayag. Next one is Prayag. Yeah, go to Prayag. Then Lord says, no, you should stay back. So in this way, Tapan Mishra, Chandrasekhara, they stay back and the Lord proceeds to Prayag. And Prayag, seeing Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati, right? Seeing Yamuna, the Lord throws himself into Yamuna. Balabhadra Bhattacharya had to keep an eye on the Lord and see that he is safe. He stays there at Prayag for a few days, and again, the same thing. Everybody around becomes a devotee of the Lord. And then the Lord moves to Mathura. He comes to Mathura. Coming to Mathura, there when he came to Mathura, there is a Brahmana. Of course, when the Lord came to Mathura with his dancing and chanting, everybody came there. And the Lord said, chant Krishna. And Lord started chanting and dancing, and he asked everybody to chant and dance. And there is one old Brahmana who was chanting and dancing ecstatically like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Everybody else were amazed. They were saying, who is this sannyasi? He looks like Krishna. He looks like Supreme Personality of Godhead. Look at his features. Look at his love for Krishna, like that. And this old Brahmana was also dancing with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. After some time, then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he calls this Brahmana aside and says, oh Brahmana, you are elderly, and you don't seem to be an ordinary Brahmana. You seem to have this ecstatic love for Krishna. Where did you get this from? Asked Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then he's Shanodiya Brahmana. And Brahmanas, different castes are there. And he's Shanodiya Brahmana. So this Brahmana says, Sripada Madhavendra Puri, he came to Mathura one time, and he was very merciful to stay at our place, and he initiated me. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu hears that. Madhavendra Puri, Sripada Madhavendra Puri, you are initiated by him. And he pays Sashtanga Dandavas to this Shanodiya Brahmana because he's equivalent to spiritual master, because he's initiated by Madhavendra Puri. Then this Brahmana, he gets very uneasy, and he's afraid now. The sannyasi is bowing down to him, paying obeisances. Then he says, no, you shouldn't do this. You are a sannyasi. Then he also says, you also seem to have ecstatic love. You must be somehow related to Madhavendra Puri also, because this ecstatic love is not otherwise available anywhere. Not even a drop of it. It should come from Madhavendra Puri, says Shanodiya Brahmana. Then Balabhadra Bhattacharya, he explains the relationship of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with Madhavendra Puri, and this Brahmana feels very happy and is honored to have Chaitanya Mahaprabhu like that. So, this Shanodiya Brahmana, generally it is said that they are not a very high class Brahmana, so sannyasis would not stay with them, accept their cooking. But Sripada Madhavendra Puri did that. So Gauranga Mahaprabhu said, why would I think twice? I would just go ahead and stay with this Brahmana. How about everybody? What would everybody think of you going to this Brahmana, lower caste Brahmana? Don't care about anybody. Madhavendra Puri did that, and I'm going to do that. So in this way, the Lord stated, Shanadiya Brahmana accepted the cooking and the hosting. So he took the Shanadiya Brahmana and entered, along with Balabhadra Bhattacharya, entered into the forests of Vrindavana. It is said that the joy, ecstasy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it was there in Puri. And as he was coming towards Vrindavana, it increased 100 times. When he came to Mathura, it increased 100,000 times. And as he was doing parikrama of all these 12 forests of Vrindavana, his ecstasy went 100 million times, like that. So as the Lord entered into the forests of Vrindavana, the cows the cowherd boys, they were grazing the cows. They had difficult time controlling the cows. All of them, they came running towards the Lord, and they started licking the Lord with a great affection. And of course, the deers also, they came too. And mm, and very soon the peacocks also came, and they started dancing in front of the Lord. And as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was traveling to all these forests, the birds also followed, the bumblebees also followed, and the trees with its flowers, they were bending down to offer the flowers to the Lord, and same with the fruits also. The trees were bending down to offer fruits to the Lord. They all saw that, oh, our Lord is back here again. So in this way, the whole of Vrindavana, including the animals there, and the people, the animals, the creepers, the trees, the birds, everybody, they recognized their Lord, and they were very jubilant and ecstatic. Very similar to the Jharkhanda. Then next, after the 12 forests, the Lord went to the villages there. Yeah. And he was asking the villagers there, where is Radhakund? Where is Shyamakund? They didn't know where they were. They said, there is nothing like that here. Then the Lord realized that those Tirthastalis, they were unknown. So, but he could see that Radhakund and Shyamakund, they were there as small ponds in the paddy field. So the Lord went there, and he took his bath in those ponds in the paddy fields, and then everybody recognized that that they are Radhakunda and Shyamakunda. And the dance, the Lord danced there ecstatically, and then comes to Govardhana. He takes darshan of Govardhan. He actually takes darshan of Harideva in Govardhan. And he dances ecstatically in front of Harideva. And this is the deity where Lord Narayana, Krishna, appeared as Narayana to trick gopis, but he couldn't continue that when Radharani came. So deity of Harideva is there in Govardhan village. And then the Lord went to Govardhan. He did the parikrama. He didn't want to go on top of Govardhan, but he wanted to have darshan of Gopal that's there on the top of Govardhan. He was thinking like that. Gopal is there on top. I'm unable to have darshan of the Lord. Gopal knew what was going on with Gauranga Mahaprabhu. Then he plays a trick. Gopal plays a trick. What's that trick? Very soon, the villagers, they hear that the Muslim invaders are coming. This is Annakuta. This village is Annakuta, where Gopal is present on top of the mountain. So the villagers heard, these Muslims are coming. We have to vacate the village. Take the deity. Take Gopal. Hide him somewhere. Take him to a different village. And in this way, Gopal from Annakuta, he ended up going to Gantuli village. This is the same Gopal that gave darshan to Madhavendra Puri, where he said, I'm hiding here in the bushes. Madhavendra Puri, can you please bring me out? And now he was standing on Annakuta. And now he decides to go to Gantuli. And so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to know that Gopal came to Gantuli. He went there, had darshan of Gopal. He spent that 3 days ecstatically dancing, chanting. And in this way, this particular Gopal, it is said that he has these pastimes. He doesn't stay at one place. He wants to see his devotees. So this is the same Gopal. When Rupa Goswami also came here, he didn't want to go up on the hill to have darshan of Gopal. So when Rupa Goswami one day Gopal, he was making his visits and he ended up being in, I think, blanking on the name. He is the son of Vittala. He was there for 1 month in his place. So Rupa Goswami happens to go to visit him and then finds Gopal there. Gopal was there for 1 month in the place of Vallabha's um, son's house, so he can give darshan to Rupa Goswami. That's why he came there. So in this way, this Gopal is is uh, mm, is particular about giving darshan to his devotees. So in this way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he had darshan of Gopal in Ghantuli. And he chants and dances, and in this way, the whole of Vrindavan, the forest, and then to the Gokula, Nandagram. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu goes to all these places and he asks the people there, are there any deities here up on the hill? Then the villagers say, no, no, there's nothing there on the hill, but in the cave, there are 3 deities. There's one mother, one father, and a little baby. Those deities are there in the cave. Of course, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu goes there. He feels very happy. That's Yashoda, Nandamai, and little Krishna. So he installs the deities there and he dances there. And in this way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu visits every place in Vrindavan, and it gets very difficult to stay there in Vrindavan because, again, the people, it was difficult to manage for Balabhadra Bhattacharya. It was getting very difficult for him to manage. And also Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was not able to chant peacefully. So he comes from Vrindavan and stays at Akrura Ghat. And every day he used to go to the Kalyasthali and Rasasthali, Keshi Ghat, like that. So one day, the villagers, they came to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and said, oh, we saw Krishna dancing on the hoods of Kaliya. In the night, we see that the jewels on the hoods of Kaliya, and we see Krishna dancing on them. So that talk was going on, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu just smiled, laughed at them. They smiled, but all of them, they started to believe that Krishna was there dancing on Kaliya, to a point where Balabhadra Bhattacharya also said, oh dear Lord, can I go have darshan of Krishna dancing on the hood of Kaliya? Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu lovingly slaps on Bhattacharya, Balabhadra Bhattacharya, and says, have you gone mad? Why would Krishna come here in this Kali Yuga to give darshan? And then he says that. And meanwhile, there's a person that comes and says, yeah, we found out that was not actually Krishna. It was a fisherman. He was fishing in the night with the help of a torch for light. That's what he says. And Balabhadra Bhattacharya also hears that, and the Lord laughs. He says, see, Krishna doesn't appear in this yuga. Of course, we know the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the Channavatara, like that. So, and there's one sannyasi that comes and says, Mayavadi sannyasi. There was a person who comes and offers pranams to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and says, oh, since you are sannyasi, you are Narayana. All the sannyasis are equal to Narayana. That's a Mayavadi concept. Then the Lord says, no, 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 don't say that. A sannyasi is also a human being. He cannot become a Narayana. A Jiva cannot become Narayana. So in this way, the Lord educates all those villages there. The crowd gets so big. Balabhadra Bhattacharya says to Shandaniya Brahmana, he says, I'm unable to manage this crowd. And one day, the Lord goes to Akrura Ghata and he thinks of Akrura in the water, and he meditates, oh, this is where Akrura had darshan of Krishna. In this way, the Lord just stayed in the water. He forgot that he was in the water and he was drowning. Then the Shandaniya Brahmana, he shouts for help. And then Balabhadra Bhattacharya quickly comes there and takes the Lord out of the water. And then he thinks, oh, the Lord in his ecstasy in Vrindavan, this is not safe for him. I should take Lord out of Vrindavan to keep him safe. And all these people, they are becoming too much for me to handle, and I am unable to take care of the Lord. So we should go from Vrindavan. He thinks like that, and he says to Shandani Brahmana. And the Brahmana also suggests that, okay, place this request in front of the Lord. Then Balabhadra Bhattacharya, he states this, Lord, it is very difficult, and it's getting very difficult to serve here because all these people, it's difficult to manage them. And also you are frequently in your ecstasy, and I'm concerned about your safety too. So if it is okay with you, maybe we should leave Vrindavan and go to Prayag, says Balabhadra Bhattacharya. Lord hears that. He doesn't want to leave Vrindavan. But what does he say? Oh, Balabhadra Bhattacharya, you were so kind to me, and you brought me till here and gave me darshan of Vrindavan. Whatever your desire is, I will agree with it. Wherever you take, I will follow you, says the Lord. So, and then Balabhadra Bhattacharya, he brings the Lord to Prayaga. So, this is the Katha, dear devotees. So, what did we hear today? The Lord's attempts to go to Vrindavana, and then actually the Lord travels to Vrindavana through Jharkhand forest, and the Lord's yatra in Vrindavana, visiting all the places. So these are the ones that we heard, dear devotees. I think I still have to say at least just the words. So our the first one was yeah, right, the devotees, the instruction to the Navadvipa devotees, Nirantara Krishna Nama, Vaishnava Seva, and the different kind of Vaishnavas like that. And then he asked the Lord as Nityananda Ram to please stay there, not to come every year. So the service is important. Then the service brings more, service pleases the Lord more than just getting the personal association. And after that, the Lord, King Prataparudra, right? The Lord lives with all his associates, and with Rai Ramananda, they come. Yeah, there, the same thing, Gadadhar Pandit. Yeah. That the Lord wanted him to continue with the service. And how Gauranga Mahaprabhu was given this title, Prataparudra Santrata, the deliverer of Prataparudra, how the Lord soaked Prataparudra in his mercy very beautifully. And after that, the Lord, crossed the river, and now coming to the Remuna, there, the Muslim governor, how just the presence of the Lord and even the thought of Gauranga Mahaprabhu, that Muslim governor who was so sinful. The thing here is, dear devotees, Gauranga Mahaprabhu, he's even the thought of Gauranga Mahaprabhu is so purifying and potent. So much so that the Muslim governor who was so sinful, he immediately became a Vaishnava there. So he's Patita Pavana because Gauranga Mahaprabhu is Patita Pavana. But the same, when the Lord was in Navadvip, not everybody got the love of Godhead. When they were not able to see the Lord for who He is, and they had their own imaginations and speculations, like the Karmakandis, they did not get the love of Godhead. So, Patita Pavana, Gauranga Mahaprabhu is Patita Pavana, but not the Kapata Pavana. Kapata Pavana is, we have our own, when our, like this Karmakandis and Mayavadis, when they see the Lord, but they have their own things to think about the Lord, like that. Yeah. So, however sinful we might be, no worries at all. All of them, they will be gone by the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That's there. And the next one was, the whole yatra there. And at the Panihati, Raghunath Das Goswami. And there, no Markata Vairagya. When we are in Grihastha, then we do the services as the services to Krishna, service to the Vaishnavas in the home. Vaishnava Seva, services to Krishna. And when it's time to do the Vanaprastha, then naturally, automatically, as our bhakti gets mature, we will be able to give ourselves more to Bhagavan. That's one thing we heard. And then the Lord came back, and then Gadadhar Pandita. And the other thing was, the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he could have gone to Vrindavana, but he was really waiting for the devotees to give their permission. How the Lord was sensitive to the feelings of his devotees. But again, when he leaves, they fall unconscious. That's there. And next thing is, this time to Vrindavana, Balabhadra Bhattacharya. That is all very wonderful. Jharkhand Lila that we have heard. Everybody became a devotee there. Moving and non-moving, wild animals, tame animals, people, everybody. And after that, coming to Vrindavana, Shandaniya Brahmana. He's the disciple of Madhavendra Puri. And then going to all the forests, yatra in the Vrindavan forests. This is all more of a meditative narration than not much to kind of take home things here. Yeah. And and now seeing that the Lord is going in ecstasy very frequently in Vrindavan and drowning for the want of safety, Balabhadra Bhattacharya brings the Lord out of Vrindavana, and they start going towards Prayaga. They start going towards Prayaga, and on the way, again, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he falls unconscious and doing the kirtan. Their Pathan soldiers come, they are all Muslims. So they think that Balabhadra Bhattacharya, Shandaniya Brahmana, and others, they have poisoned this sannyasi. So these Pathan Muslim soldiers, they say that since you have poisoned this sannyasi, we will kill you. They threaten them like that. But meanwhile, Mahaprabhu, he comes back to his consciousness and says, no, these are my associates. Please leave them. So the Pathan soldiers, among them, there's one saintly person. And they are all Muslims, dear devotees. But this Muslim soldier, one of them, he says, he speaks Quran to this, to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, seeing that he's sannyasi. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when that person speaks Quran, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu refutes all the arguments that he was placing. And in this way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually, in this way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu tells that a saintly Muslim, the scholarly Muslim, how in Quran it is stated that the Lord has a form and it is a bluish form, and that the Lord is the maintainer and he is the controller and he is the origin of everything. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu states all that to that Muslim Pandit. And he says, so, but you, when you read Quran, do you hear all this? It is all there in Quran, but you don't hear that. You say that the Lord has dozen form. What do you say about it? Says Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then the Muslim scholar says, actually, you are right. Quran does give this information about the Lord, that the Lord has form, but not everybody understands Quran properly. Even I read Quran, but I did not get it. So please enlighten me. I am taking your shelter, says that Muslim soldier. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he instructs them. He instructs him in Krishna Nama. He says, chant Krishna. He instructs in the Nama, and he also speaks about the Abhideya and Prayojana. What is the purpose of life and what is the process to accomplish the goal, like that. So in this way, that Muslim soldier becomes a Vaishnava, initiated Vaishnava, and his name is Ramdas. And king's son is also present there, Vijuli Khan. He also becomes a devotee. So these are Pathan Muslims, Pathan Vaishnavas. They are called Pathan Vaishnavas. It is said that they're still there. They're especially the Vijuli Khan becomes such a great devotee. He's glorified by all the Vaishnavas. So these Pathan Vaishnavas are there in Vrindavan, protecting Vrindavan. That's the end of today's Katha, dear devotees. That's all. That's all. Thank you all so very much. Didn't want it to rush. Thank you. Honoring all of your